today's lesson is about same perimeter, different area. We're going to combine measurements, the measurement of perimeter and area, and compare them to the different shapes. We looked at this rectangle in class. I think I started this with you, Allie, and finding that all of the perimeters of these different shapes were 12, and we calculated the different areas. This one was area 5. 5 square units because we said 5 times 1, and the perimeter is 12 of all of these. The area of this one, remember, we said was 4 times 2, 8 square units. This one was an area of 9, 3 times 3. And this one was 1 times 5. It was just that first one on its side flipped over. This is where I stopped going over the pages with you because activity was up. Look at the rectangle below. Draw a rectangle that has the same perimeter but a different area. When I went over this slide in class, I did some word art to help some students that might have been getting the two confused. Area is the amount of space inside. So I made some word art with the word area to tack on the word space inside. We can either, count the squares or multiply how long it is by how wide it is. Perimeter is the distance around the outside. So the word art with that, I wrote the base word perimeter and then tacked on distance and outside. So that's why those two notes are jotted there. The rectangle below, draw a rectangle that has the same perimeter but a different area. These notes that we always find over here on this part of the board are very helpful. The perimeter of the rectangle is 20 units and the area is 24 units. The rectangle the student draws needs to have a perimeter of 20 units too. So this is 4 units times 6. So if we add all the sides, 4 plus 6 plus 4 plus 6, you and I were practicing that. That is 20, like it says over here. Then if we multiply the side lengths, that's 24 square units. Excuse me. This shape has it is 3 units here and 7 units here. So how long plus how wide it is, that's 10. And then you're going to double that because this is the other 7 and the other 3 right here. It's the same as doing 3 plus 7, 3 plus 7. And then the area is multiplying how long it is by how wide it is, and that's 21. So that's how you can have a rectangle that has the same perimeter but different area. Both of these have the same perimeter of 20 units, the distance around both of those shapes. But then as you see from my calculating that the area, the amount of space inside is different. So the shape on top, the area of 24 square units, if we were to compare it, say call this shape A and this shape B, we would say the area, of shape A is greater than the area of shape B because 24 is greater than 21. We practiced drawing a rectangle with the same perimeter but a different area. So the perimeter of this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 2. 5 plus 2. What I try to teach the kids to do is find how long it is and how wide it is, 5 and 2, and add that together and then double it. You can do that with a rectangle, like I did on the previous slide. So 5 plus 2 plus 5 plus 2. 5 plus 2 is 7. Double that is 14. So this perimeter is 14. And then remember, area is multiplying how long it is by how wide it is, and that is 10 square units, the amount of space inside. So if we want to draw a rectangle over here on this side that has the same perimeter but a different area, so we want to come up with numbers that added together give me 14. Well, over here we were finding half of 14. That's 7. That way you find 2 of the sides. Other number combinations to make a 7 is really we need just 2 of the sides of the rectangle. We could do 4 plus 3. 2 plus 5 would give us that same rectangle just turned on its side. So we want to get 2 other side lengths. It could be 4 plus 3 or 3 plus 4, 1 plus 6 or 6 plus 1. That's about all that we could do. I think when I went over this in class, the kids, they said 4 rows of 3. So let's just go with that one. 1, 2, 3, 4 rows of 1, 2, 3. I'm counting the sides of the squares. 4 and 3. 4 plus 3 is 7, and then double that. That is 14, so I've got the right perimeter. And then 4 times 3 is going to give us an area. The amount of space inside is 12 square units. So let's compare. Let's call this shape A again and shape B that we made. And if we're comparing the areas, because the perimeters are the same, 14 is the same as 14, same amount of distance around these shapes. Comparing the area of shape A compared to the area of shape B, 10 compared to 12. That is less than. So that's what we're going to do on these next few slides. Make another shape and compare the measurements. Draw a rectangle with the same perimeter but a different area. So we're going to do another one. This one is 6 units by 4 units. And finding perimeter, 6 plus 4 is 2 of the sides added together. So that's 10. And if we double that, it'd be like adding these other 2 sides together. That's going to be 20. Then when we need to find the area, and that's when we multiply the sides to find the amount of space inside. So that would be 24. We're trying to find the same perimeter. So we're going to look for other number combinations that are going to give me 2 of the sides added together equal 10. So let's make a list. If we said 4 plus 6, that's going to be this shape right here, just turned. So you're going to have the same area there. 3 plus 7 would give me 10. 2 plus 8 would give me 10. 1 plus 9. Or the reverse of any of those. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we cannot use on this grid paper 1 row of 9 or 9 rows of 1 because it only is 8 squares down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We would have to draw it long ways. I think we did 8 rows of 2 in class. Let's just go with that one. Here is 8 rows of 2. We could not do it the other way because we don't have enough boxes we talked about in class. And 8 plus 2 is 10. 8 plus 2 is 10. So then 8 plus 2 again, that would be another 10. That is 20. So we've drawn that correctly. And then the area of this one is going to be 16, the amount of space inside. All of those squares, 16 square units. Comparing shape A to shape B, what would we say about the area? Area of shape A compared to the area of shape B. 24 compared to 16. That area is greater. The amount of space in this shape It is greater than the amount of air, the amount of space in that shape. This one, they were already drawn out for us, and we just calculated the measurements and then compared the different areas to each other because our perimeters should be the same. That's what this whole study is about. If you'll pause the video and calculate these and look at the area and you make a comparison sentence, comparing shape. We're always going to call the shape on the left shape A and the shape on the right shape B. And then check back with me for your answers. So for perimeter, we would be adding 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. 4 times, that's going to be 16. Six plus 2 plus 6 plus 2, that's 8 plus 8, that is 16. So those perimeters are the same. Then for area, we're going to be multiplying how long it is by how wide it is. That is 16. So we can have a shape that has perimeter and area the same numbers. Over here, it's going to be 6 times 2, and that would be 12. So did you say the area of shape A compared to shape B that 16 is greater than 12? The area of shape A is greater than the area of shape B. That's what we should have gotten. Here, let's just do one more, just make sure you got the hang of it. Pause the video and make these calculations, perimeter and area of both. And we should get the same perimeter again. 3 plus 6 is 9, and double that, that's 18, so that's your perimeter. The area is multiplying. Again, we have the same perimeter and area for that shape. 2 rows of 7. Okay, so 2 plus 7 is 9, and double that, that's 18. Yes, we have the same perimeter. Then area, amount of space inside is 14. Okay, compared to B, 18 is greater than 14. Amount of space inside rectangle A, that's more than this, but the same distance around. In class, we calculated, I broke this up into groups. I assigned a group rectangle A, a group rectangle B, a group rectangle C, and a group rectangle D. And we figured out which rectangles had the same perimeter, but different areas. If you want to do some more calculations, pause the video and figure that out. Otherwise, you can just watch me. So perimeter, 5 plus 3 is 8, and then double that to get these other two sides. So the perimeter of this one is 16 units. And then 5 times 3 for the area. That would be 15 square units. So when you're finding area, remember it's the number of squares. When you're finding perimeter, it's the distance around the shape. Oh, and it's actually not units, it's feet. I know what we're measuring in. So for perimeter of this one, 6 plus 2 is 8, and double that, that's 16. The area is 6 times 2 is 12. 5 plus 4 is 9. Double that, that's 18. And then the area is 20 square feet. So let's see if we can tell which of these have the same perimeter but different areas. So here's perimeter that's the same, and there's perimeter that's the same. And of course, they have different areas. So your answer is A and B, rectangles A and B. Which figure has the same perimeter as the figure below? This figure has an perimeter distance around the shape is 16 units. Pause the video and see if you can figure out which one also has a perimeter of 16 units. And that would be shape C. 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4.